What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare Remastered video here today on the channel. This one, we're gonna do once again an open little discussion with you guys. I'm gonna present a theory that I've heard for quite some time now within Modern Warfare Remastered. Some people may agree with this, some people may not. So the idea of this is to get your feedback on it, what your thoughts are on this. So of course, drop them down there in the comment section down below. And if at any point in time you guys enjoy the video, drop a like down below as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with everything Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare. So the theory today we're going to be talking about deals a little bit with the M16 and some other weaponry in Modern Warfare Remastered and why it's labeled as overpowered. A lot of people really do believe the M16 needs a nerf in the state that it does right now, but the thing is that none of the weapon attributes have been altered in any way, shape, or form, or at least to the public knowledge, none of which have been changed in any way. So that said, if that is in fact the case, then why does the M16 melt so fast and why do some other weapons melt so fast? Well, the answer may lie within this theory of the netcode and how networking has progressed within the last almost decade since COD 4 has been around. 2007 no doubt was a long while back, and the way that networking, internet connection, the internet in general, and of course gaming in general, if it were to follow any sort of graphical comparison to how much distance we've gained since that time in 2007, there is a ton of work that has been made since then. And of course networking is something that is just as rapidly growing as gaming, if not more so than the graphical comparisons that we can make here of this. No doubt the game overall has had a massive overhaul in terms of a lot better connection. So back in 2007, I want to take this just from a general standpoint as well. Shots may not have connected near as much because, well, connections weren't as great. Now you'll see people rocking 50 down as a standard, although a lot of people I know were like me a couple of years back and still with really rough internet connections, but really it's kind of on that general phase where internet connections are gradually getting better as a general standpoint. Sure, you might not have the best, but it is something that since then, obviously, there's been a lot more capabilities enabled with networking. Additionally, the server side and Call of Duty side of this definitely has had some major work as well. Back then, peer-to-peer servers were the only way to do Call of Duty, and for the most part, a lot of different games in general, especially console games. PC is a little bit of ahead of the curve with all that kind of stuff, but back then, peer-to-peer was a very normal thing, which, if you guys know how networking works, peer-to-peer is simply every single player is connected to one person. One person acts as the host, and that network then extends out to everybody. So that's where the thing called host advantage came into play and was something that honestly was a big deal back in the day. It was something that before dedicated servers, there was a single host which had a little bit more of the best connection because his ping would essentially be 0 because he was the host. He was where it was all stemming from, patient 0 if you want to call it that. So that was something that was very relevant back then, but with the advancement of networking and where games went to more dedicated servers, that became less of a thing because everybody would connect to one centralized server. There would be probably a radius around it in which everybody would be able to connect, and there would be different servers in different locations. However, Call of Duty still isn't officially on full dedicated servers just yet. They're on a hybrid system where there is dedicated servers and a decent amount of them, but every so often you will come across something very random where somebody will back out and it'll say migrating hosts. If a lobby cannot actually connect to a dedicated server, it will revert back to a peer-to-peer system. So that sense is still the same, but for the most part, because it's dedicated servers, a lot of the connection will eventually be better in terms of everybody's play style. Sure, there will be still people that lag, the outliers here for this, but for the most part, it was a massive jump forward for the Call of Duty franchise, though still lagging behind some of the other different franchises in terms of FPS games and other games in general. But that said, since there is now a much better connection, the M16 shots and therefore subsequently other weaponry shots as well do more damage because they hit more accurately. That is the theory behind it, that's the explanation for the theory, but now it comes down to the fact, is that actually the case? I guess we won't really know until we see some broken down code of the game or anything like that, but for the most part, in a logical standpoint and theoretical standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. It is something that then does improve the connectivity, the amount of bullets and hit reg, that's something that comes along with all those networking improvements. So over the past decade, there has been no doubt a large improvement in networking and the science behind it and the ability for networking to work better, not only for the world around us, but also for us gamers. So that said, that is going to conclude this here. I want to get your thoughts on this here though. Do you believe that this is something that it falls on the networking and the netcode of Call of Duty with Modern Warfare Remastered, that it's something that these shots are connecting better and that's why it seems like the weapons are more powerful? Or do you think that somebody's evil over at Raven Software and is literally just changing all these attributes underneath our noses? That's slightly exaggerated, but you know what I mean here with this. So I want to hear your thoughts on this down there in the comment section down below. Drop all your thoughts down there in the comments. Believe it or not, I would love to hear it, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing once again to stay up to date here with everything Modern Warfare Remastered, and of course, Infinite Warfare in the next couple of days to weeks to months, and further on with different Call of Duty content. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Nikolai Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.